Thank you, viewers. I am Tutor Cletus Okoli. In today's math class, we shall be discussing Olympiad math question. And the sample question we are given here is if x to the power 2 minus x is equal to 1, then we should find x raised to the power 8 plus 6 all over 3x plus 15. Alright. I encourage you to watch till the end. Meanwhile, if it is your first time of stopping by, kindly subscribe to my channel for exciting videos. Good, we dive in. Solution to this. We start from the given equation, x to the power 2 minus x equal to negative 1. So we have gotten this as given equation 1, meaning where we see x to the power 2 minus x, it should be called equal to minus 1. Alright, next we can write that from this, that x to the power 2 is equal to x minus 1. This cannot be equation 2. What I have done is, I move this minus x to the right hand side to become plus x. So my minus 1 is still maintained. Equation 2. So two things we have now. X to the power 2 minus x is given to be negative 1. And we got that anywhere we see x to the power 2, we should write x minus 2. We move on. Looking at what we have here, we are asked to find x to the power 8 plus 6. So let us go on to get x to the power 4. From x to the power 4, we can get x to the power 6. And from x to the power 6, we can get x to the power 8. Therefore, from this x to the power 2, I can get x to the power 4. And that is, from the left hand side, I have x to the power 2 all to the power 2 is equal to x minus 1 all to the power 2. In other words, from the equation 2, I am squaring both sides. From equation 2, I am squaring both sides. And from the law of indices, I have it that if the x is raised to the power a all to the power b, it is equal to x raised to the power ab. In other words, application of product law in indices, which means the power inside the bracket will multiply the power outside the bracket. That implies that here, I can multiply 2, the power 2 inside the bracket, with the power outside the bracket to get x to the power 4. And by the right hand side, I will open the bracket, which is first term squared, okay, plus second term squared, which is 1. Then first term multiplied by second term, which is x multiplied by minus 1 will give me minus x. Then multiplied by 2, which will now give me minus 2x. What I have done is expanding x minus 2 to the power 2. And remember, I am squaring equation 2. And my target is to get x to the power 4, what it should be. And remember, my direction is to see how I can get x to the power 8. Alright? Now, therefore, I have gotten that x to the power 4 is equal to x to the power 2 plus 1 minus 2x. But I have already known x to the power 2 to be x minus 1. Therefore, I can now substitute into the place of x to the power 2 as x minus 1. And that implies that I will now have equal to x power 2 now replaced with the x minus 1. Then I still have plus 1 minus 2x. Remember, we are still solving to get the actual value of x to the power 4. Alright, now you can agree with me that minus x minus 1 can cancel with a plus 1, leaving me with x minus 2x. And the x minus 2x will simply give me minus x. So we can say therefore that x to the power 4 is equal to minus x. Very important. We have now gotten x to the power 4. We have gotten x to the power 2. Let's go ahead to get x to the power 6. And how do I get that? If I have x to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 2, I will get x to the power 6. What is happening here is the multiplication law of indices. That when the bases are the same, we simply add the powers. That is, this will now be written as x raised to the power 4 plus 2, which will now give me x to the power 6. So we can therefore multiply x to the power 4 by x to the power 2 to get x to the power 6. So simply put, x to the power 6 now is equal to x to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 2. And having done that, it gave me here x to the power 6. So these two are equal. Therefore, moving forward, I know my x to the power 4. I know my x to the power 2. Therefore, my x to the power 6 will now be a substitution of x to the power 4 multiplied by the substitution of x to the power 2. My x to the power 4 is simply minus x from here. Let this now be equation 3. So from equation 3 is representing x to the power 4. So I have replaced it with a negative x. And my equation 2 is x to the power 2, which is multiplied by x to the power 2. And here we got x minus 1. Beautiful. As it stands there, let us put it inside the bracket to make the multiplication very neat. Therefore, opening the bracket, minus x times x will give me minus x squared. Okay? Next, minus x times minus 1 will give me plus x. So this is now equal to x to the power 6. But I know x to the power 2 still. Therefore, I continue to replace my x to the power 2. Since anywhere I see x to the power 2, I will always replace it. Therefore, x to the power 2 is x minus 1. So I will still write minus, okay, into the bracket x to the power 2, x minus 1, then plus x. Minus times x will give me minus x. And minus times minus 1 will give me plus 1, then plus x. You can agree with me that minus x will cancel with the plus x, leaving me with 1 equal to x to the power 6, equation 4. I have gotten the fourth equation. So now, my x to the power 6 is what? My x to the power 4 is negative x. My x to the power 2 is x minus 1. I will now go on to look for x to the power 8. Since I have gotten x to the power 6, my target is to get x to the power 8. So that when I get it, I simply add 6 to it and then divide it by 3x plus 15. Now, to get my x to power 8 from here, x to the power 8 is the same thing as x to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 2. And you can see what we did here. That x to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 2 is simply to add the power since the bases are equal. And that is how we got x to the power 6. Therefore, the same law will apply here. I am going to add this 6 and 2 to get 8. Meaning that my x to the power 8 is equal to x to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 2. And I know my x to the power 6. I also know my x to the power 2. So I can now write x to the power 8 is equal to x to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 2. All these things are simply the laws, the rules of indices. Indices is a very powerful topic in mathematics that the rules there can help you to solve a lot of mathematics exponential equations. Alright, we move on. Next is to do substitution, replacing my x to the power 6, which I got in equation 4, and that gave me just 1, multiplied by x to the power 2, which I got in equation 2, and that is simply multiplied by x minus 1. So what it means in actual sense is I shall be multiplying 1 x to the power 6 multiplied by x to the power 2, which is x minus 1. So this is what I have. And the result of this product is equal to my x to the power 8. And if I open the bracket here, I will still get x minus 1. In other words, x minus 1 is equal to x to the power 8, and it is also equal to x to the power 2 because 1 multiplied the bracket will give me exactly what is inside the bracket. Therefore, moving forward, I can now write that x, here is x to the power 8, that x to the power 8 is still equal to x minus 1, equation 5. I have now gotten x to the power 8. I can now go back to what I am asked to find, which I am asked to find. Therefore, x to the power 8 plus 6 all divided by 3x plus 15 will now be equal to a substitution now. X to the power 8 gave me x minus 1. Then plus 6 all divided by 3x plus 15. Moving forward, I shall now have minus 1 plus 6 will give me plus 5 all over 3x plus 15. But you can see from the denominator, I can factor something out. Therefore, at the numerator, I have x plus 5, and at the denominator, x3 is common. So I can now have 3 outside to have x left, then plus 5, such that 3 times x will give me 3x, and 3 times 5 will give me 15. So, at the denominator, I have exactly what I have at the numerator. Therefore, I can cancel out to have that this cancel to give me 1, and then cancel the denominator to give me 3, so I now have 1 over 3. In conclusion, we can now simply say that x to the power 8 plus 6 all over 3x plus 15 is equal to 1 all over 3. Final answer. So, the answer to the question that we are given, which is x to the power 8 plus 6 all over 3x plus 15, is actually equal to 1 over 3. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Watch it over and again so that you can understand and get attention to details for subsequent questions like this. Meanwhile, if it is your first time of stopping by, kindly subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share my videos to your co-learners. Thank you. I remain Tutor Cletus Okoli. God bless you.